can just keep
If you give me
chatting.
5 minutes, I hear the delivery guy at the lower apartment.
Oh my god, this guy was like I
This meeting
sense
was
it.
supposed to be at 3, okay?
There we go.
I'm Thomas. I'm the producer for Rogue Nation. I've been working in the gaming industry for about 7 years. Moonlit is my third gaming company. I always worked in mobile free-to-play games. Most of them casual games. And I met Patrick and Mikita at TSG when I came to work in Germany. And after I left TSG, we kept in touch. And once they told me about this new project, I was very excited to join.
What casual games were we working at TSG? That's like
Yeah, this
some
is why
pretty
I said
hardcore
most of them.
casual
Just
games.
casually
Huh?
shooting zombies in their faces.
This is why I said most of them.
Zombie shooters. Just pretty casual.
Kids games, yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Neek, you want to take it away?
Sure. Yeah, so I'll use the same format as Thomas did. Hi, I'm Nick, and
Hi,
I
Nick.
work in games. Hi, I work in games for like 10 years now, a bit more than that. I started at Spill Games in the Netherlands, then moved to Wooga and then Voodoo, and in the meantime, I've also been consulting at Navic, writing articles, deconstructing games, and then Moonlit came along with Patrick and Mikita, the people that I knew from Wooga, where we worked on June's Journey for like a few years together. Yeah, this project seemed super nice, so I've been at Moonlit for more than 1.5 years now already.
Time flies. When
Exactly.
you're in blockchain.
Exactly. Yeah. Every week is a year.
Alex?
Hi, I'm Alex. I'm the lead developer of Moonlit Games. I've been working as a developer for the last 20 years, half of those being as a video game developer. I've met Patrick and Mikita about a year ago, where they introduced to me the demo for Rogue Nation, and I immediately fell in love with their mission and the the type of the game. It's something that's really dear to my heart, and we just clicked. Our compatibility was maximum. I joined in immediately.
Maximum compatibility.
Maximum.
It's like Alex also loves anime, so that's
That's for the end.
oh, okay. Makita?
Yeah, I'm the other co-founder of Moonlit Games. I'm acting at the creative director position. My background is mostly games, or like almost fully games. I started working on game development projects since I was 18, which is around like 18 years ago. Building different type of games, from console to web to mobile, and right now Web3. Super interesting experience. I love doing games, love building them. I think the highlight, of course, was Wooga, where I spent more than 9 years, and this is also the place where I met Patrick and Nick. We had a lot of cool adventures together with Patrick, from traveling to starting a company for for 10 Square Games.
Second
Yeah.
company we've started together.
Yeah, second company we're starting together. I think this one has a lot more traction. Yeah, so I mean, overall, I did a lot of graphics, and my background is computer graphics in general. Acted in many roles, from doing UI to 3D art direction, and well, right now building Rogue Nation.
Woo!
Heck yeah. Cool. That leaves me, although if you're watching this, we probably talked already. So, but Patrick McGrath, almost 15 years in free to play games, the majority of that being in mobile games, working at awesome studios like NCSoft, EA, Natural Motion, Zynga, Wooga, later bought by Playtika. Along the way, through my product management journey, it was a lot of running product teams, game teams, orgs, and later building out entire development studios. Was really fortunate enough to work with some amazing teams, some games that you've probably heard: Plants vs. Zombies, CSR Racing, June's Journey, and maybe Fishing Clash if you're really into fishing.
Or clashing.
Yeah, or clashing. And now starting Moonlit Games, Rogue Nation, really kind of a dream game, especially now that it's really gaining a lot of traction, at least the genre, subgenres that we're looking at for Rogue Nation. And as you heard, met a lot of these cool folks along the way, working with them. So pretty easy to just jump in and start kicking ass. But that gets to the next question. Why did you join us? What was it about Moonlit or Rogue Nation? I think all of you somewhat like sprinkled a little, or foreshadowed a bit, but kind of want to just jump in and, see the full story. Neek, you want to go first? I'm
Sure.
gonna switch up the
Let's
order, so
switch
it's
it
not
up.
like the
Yeah,
same
that's fine.
rotation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, as the lead game designer, which I realized I did not say what I was before.
Well, the crazy
I
thing
joined.
is, as everyone's saying, "Oh, I do this," it's like, "Oh man, you do so much more."
Yeah, that
Of
is true.
course.
At startups, you're not
It's the
only
title.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, our database manager. No, I'm just kidding.
That is also true. Yeah,
Yeah.
backend backend web developer. I'm also doing that. Yeah, so mostly game designer and now a lead game designer at Moonlit. I joined really because it was the first good idea that I heard was that it was actually using the blockchain technology, and that really got me excited. Before I was very skeptical, but I think it now at this point, after working on it for 1.5
Well, he got rugged,
Oh no.
and it was so good. Okay, he's
Oh.
back. Oh, you
Sorry.
froze like 5 seconds ago.
I froze for a second.
Yeah.
Okay, so I said it's one of the biggest opportunities on mobile in the game industry at this moment. I think blockchain games, Web3 is like always PC games, and I think it's really cool that we are trying what we are doing best. Like as mobile game developers, I think we can really nail down what we do best, and that means creating a great game and then have people discover that, oh, actually I'm owning this asset, and like actually it has value outside of this game. So yeah, I also specifically because I worked at previous bigger companies like Playtika and Voodoo, I really appreciate the autonomy that comes with working at a smaller startup. So it's really nice to have, as Patrick said, not only one position to fill. Like you can just jump into other things, like do some programming on the side or do some whatever. Like if you feel like you can do it, you can do it. So that's really cool. That's mainly my reason. Of course, I also wanted to work with Patrick and Mikita again, as I work with them in great harmony at VUCA. Yeah, maximum compatibility, and we're gonna leave that in.
Yeah, that's gonna be our motto.
Yeah, Moonlit Games, maximum compatibility, and yeah. So I think that's mostly it for me. It's super exciting, and I love working on top-down shooters, which is also a really blue ocean for a change, because the casual games that we've been working on, the oceans became redder and redder, and it was a bit scary. So I'm happy to be back in the blue ocean. I can see the fish, Yeah,
Less
it's good.
sharks.
Yeah, and a lot of whales.
Yeah. Oh.
Ah!
Zing.
Zing. Yeah.
How about you, Alex?
Well, all the ingredients were top quality. The vision for the game, for the universe of Rogue Nation, was very attractive. It looked like one of the like it looked like a clear winner to me. And then I saw Mikita's art both on the website and some behind the scenes. So I knew that I could add my programming to his art and make something beautiful at the end. And then the NFT angle and its modern interpretation on how video games and NFT can combine, because I think we do innovate a lot compared to other products. It was a healthy environment to create a new project, a new product. Of course, Mikita and Patrick were wonderful people, and they told me that they have worked together for a long time. So the teamwork was already there. I just had to, join and just be one of the team members. And it was great. It has been great so far. No disappointments, only great things.
I'm not paying you guys to say these things.
Oh,
Yeah, we know.
I love all the nice.
All right, bye.
Yeah. No, I kid. How about you, Thomas?
so you're paying.
Yeah.
Eventually.
What do I mean here?
Yeah.
Yeah, for me it was basically people. I worked a bit closer to Mikita and TSG, but I really enjoyed conversations with Patrick and Mikita about how they approach games, not just values. We also had a good synergy, but how to approach development of games. And this is something I had some issues before, like not that different opinions are not good, but like very clashing opinions is not so productive. And we were so aligned, like everything they said and were discussing for me was kind of obvious, and it's good that we are aligned. And this was a great factor. And also, as Alex said, for me, when Patrick was showing me like the images of the game, I found it so amazing, like the visual part, since I haven't played it. So it was something very nice. And I think the last thing is also, I always worked in smaller companies that were like trying to replicate what other companies did. So Match3 and all of those. And now we are trying to be like innovation, do some innovative mobile games and do something different, discover new stuff, and not just replicate and do it a bit different. So for me, this is super exciting.
Heck yeah. Oh, sorry. Oh man, I just kicked this cat. Whoops. How about you, Mikita? You were the first person to join me. It took a lot of convincing.
No, it actually was, I think, zero convincing, pretty much. No, I mean, I know you for like really long time. I don't know how many years we're friends at this moment. And I think what we chatted during our time in TSG made a lot of sense, but also like our conversation even back then at Wuga, I think, made a lot of sense. And that's why at first I joined you in 10 Square Games and later here. In general, I lost a bit of trust in bigger companies for making interesting new products and innovation itself. And I think a lot of companies actually admitted themselves, even about the Politica, right? They made a huge claim earlier this year that they don't want to produce new games, and it's easier for them to just buy smaller companies that actually like do cool products.
Yeah,
and I
they
totally
announced
understand that.
A $1.2 billion fund for the next 2 years to purchase content because they can't create it. Exactly.
Absolutely, it makes total sense because, like, looking back at some companies I worked for, and even at Wuga, it takes so much effort to build a new project because you go through all these legacies, through all this politics inside the company, and there's just like so much extra motion for any decision. And I think when we're building Rogue Nation, it's already so clear like how much progress did we make with so less of resources. And this is what I'm here for. I really like building games. I like building them like also with my own hands. And if you go in for kind of like bigger companies or corporations, you either need to pick to be focused on a very small thing, like being responsible for this particular nut in the system, or you need to be a vision holder and do completely management. And I think what we are building at Moonlit, allowing us to be innovative, creative, and actually do it ourselves and be fast with it. And I really like the pace. I really like the adventure, and I think it's a really sane product, to bet on. That's why I'm in.
All in.
Well, yes, actually, all in.
Yeah.
No joke.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I would certainly echo those sentiments. When you start to create large products, which, again, been fortunate enough to do this a number of times, the conversation goes from, okay, how can we push this? How can we grow it? What new features, to more defensibility, right? And like we've talked about this kind of concept of wartime, peacetime, like how you envision running a team, and really it's fun to get your roll up the sleeves, get your hands dirty, think high level, mid level, low level, like talk directly to Neek, some rebalancing. It's like half an hour later it's done, like let's try it, let's test it. We're constantly testing. Shoot, we've had a game live on Google Play Store was 3 months earlier, so it's 9 months, right? No gaming company would have even released the game even in its current state, and the amount of data from balancing to user behavior, like we're able to do things in a way that I think we all align on, really just like creating a product, validating it constantly through real players, not some 12-person test on the weekend that a company pays $40,000 for. Like, this is insanity. So it's just a lot more reasonable, logical, and a little more aspirational to work on something like this, at least from my perspective. Also,
I mean, absolutely. And, being in a bigger company, I think really helped a lot because it gives you an understanding of how the whole system works, like kind of at a bigger scale. And now you can actually cut down all the bullshit and cut like straight to the point of like how everything should function in a much more like concise and constructed way.
Yeah,
also,
in a rock and roll kind of way.
Right, yeah, exactly. I mean, it would be nice to not wear 7 hats. I think like 4 hats would be pretty good.
Minimum amount of hats should still be discussed, yeah.
And then we slowly get down to 2 hats, and then I don't ever want someone to wear 1 hat. Like, that's a little
no one-hatters here.
Yeah. It's just
But
not
I also
stylish
think
enough.
Some mad hatters.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
But I also think it's amazing that we try to understand what other people do, and it's not just a black box. Okay, the development is happening. I don't care.
Yeah.
I just throw stuff on Alex's lab and let him know. We all try to understand what everyone is doing, so we can help each other. And this is.
And we literally all have Unity installed. We're in the game all the time. Like Thomas and I, as much as not as much as Alex, but like a lot of times we are like adding stuff to the game using configs or using Unity ourselves. Mikita is doing the same. Yeah, it's crazy. Like, it's super nice to have everyone in the product. And,
GPT chat as well. Big help. Special
and we're
shout
not
out.
rigid. Yeah, and we're not rigid about our design, because if I encounter some sort of programming hiccup, it might say that, the game design has a little hiccup, and then we go back to it, we fix it up, and then we continue working.
Yeah, there's solutions in every discipline. You don't have to. If something doesn't work in dev, we can fix it in design, or we can fix it somewhere else. It's no problem. Yeah.
Had to let the cat out. It was getting too loud.
Yeah, I heard it a few times. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this is. So, the most important question: what's your favorite game?
You cannot call out Rogue Nation, right? This is the rule.
Of course.
Wow, unanimous. 5 people think Rogue Nation is
Yeah. Rogue Nation has the potential to become my favorite game.
Man, it's already like pretty fucking fun. Like,
Yeah, it's really good.
I cannot wait for PvP.
We
I'm
need a
PvP
little bit
guy,
more
so
progression. We need a little bit more progression in there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Multiplayer win.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I wonder. I
Nice.
wonder though, like what game Alex would pick.
I
Yeah,
wonder.
favorite game.
What
What are you
match-
gonna
Especially
play in a
if
few
it's not
hours?
possible
Merge.
to call out Passive Exile, maybe we also like remove it from the list.
Well,
What
it's
would it be?
really, like what version of Path of Exile is this? Like the meta game inside of Path of Exile. He probably has a favorite.
I do, but it's actually not Path of Exile. It's Dwarf Fortress.
Oh.
Wow, deep cuts.
Because Dwarf Fortress is semi-open source, so you can look a bit on the architecture, and they've been working for like almost 40 years on that game.
Oh my god. 40.
It's a wealth.
40?
Yeah, 40. You know how some people can have a master's degree in Shakespeare. It's so deep and it has so much stuff in it. Then one could have a master's degree in Dwarf Fortress.
That's a good thing. How about Unique?
Yeah, there's no one answer here, as everyone already said. So I've played so many games in my life. The one that I've played the most hours, sunk the most hours into World of Warcraft, I think, or Super Smash Bros. Melee. I think
Ooh.
it's one or the other. I don't know. It's thousands of hours both.
Yeah.
The first game that I've ever played, which I still love, was one of the most ones, is Super Mario World. It's like it was the one of my it got me into games, that one. And but later classics include Warcraft 3, The Last of Us, Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker, and on mobile I love Heyday, and I really like that's I think one of the best mobile games ever.
Heyday,
And,
damn.
Heyday is so good. Like
I played a lot of
think
Heyday as well. I
Yes,
like it.
Heyday is really, really, really good, and yeah, there's many others, but yeah, it's super hard to name one. But if I have to name one, I don't know. It's probably Warcraft 3.
Wow.
Oh, Warcraft 3 was good.
Yeah, Warcraft 3 is amazing. Like I don't know. It's just I think I completed it like 10 times.
You suddenly activated my part of the brain responsible for RTS and like StarCraft.
I know. Yeah, StarCraft was
Like,
amazing.
oh
I
my
loved
god,
watching
so many
StarCraft.
hours.
I loved watching StarCraft
Oh,
with
right,
casters.
too. Oh,
Command and Conquer, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
with
man.
custom coils and scorpion tanks. Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, super good. There's too many things to name, and there's other ones, the classics, and you say like Journey or like there's too many. Like
Yeah, I mean, totally agree. This is so I got asked this question. Like games.gg has this like games lobby, and they asked this, and I'm like,
Congrats on going in, by the way.
yeah,
We have a representative in the lobby. Woo!
But so one the game I put there as favorite was Halo, which is not incorrect. I think one of the more monument for someone that grew up in Seattle, like Microsoft right here, every kid had an Xbox. Halo was a must. LAN parties everywhere. What a time to be alive, Like,
yeah.
Like this is back in the day when you're actually playing and you're calling people out for screen sniping because you got your little quadrants and sometimes you would put like cardboard so you would
I was
block,
gonna
like,
ask, did you put cardboards? Yeah, everyone did that.
these kids they don't know they don't know
They don't know.
but man, I will tell you that I probably have a number of games that are 1,000-hour plus. Like for sure League of Legends is if I saw the amount of time I've played in that game, it would probably
Yeah,
knot in
same
my
with
stomach.
Dota. Same
Yeah.
with Dota here.
But
Yeah.
also like really shooters very early. So like man, almost every Call of Duty,
Unreal Tournament.
Call of Duty 4, which I think was the first Modern Warfare. Of course, Black Ops, Modern Warfare 2. Then Black Ops 2 is kind of when it was like whatever. But played an insane amount, and then finally Mass Effect got me out of just
Mass
first
Effect
person
was so
shooters,
good.
and this was like, oh man, I miss playing RPGs. And so
Yeah,
anyway,
RPGs are the best.
I could talk about great games, amazing games, but
Forever.
those are some
Yeah.
that are near and dear. Grew up. I have actually a half older brother would come and visit in the summer, and he would bring his Nintendo, and so we would play like Mario as little kids, and later he'd bring his Super Nintendo, and like more and more stuff. And the first console we owned, me and my brother, was an N64.
Wow.
And so you get Mario 64, you're running around
That
in
blew
3D.
my mind.
Oh my
I
god.
still got mine.
Like,
Yeah, me too. I
to
still
this
have it.
day, probably like the most nostalgic game. That and then GoldenEye.
GoldenEye.
GoldenEye is a classic, yeah.
I tried
then
to play
Perfect Dark as
GoldenEye
well.
like a couple months back. It's almost damn near unplayable by today's standards.
Yeah. True.
I remember it so different. Like, that's clearly an AK. And now it's like a stick. It's just like
Always take Odd Job.
odd job. Oh no, you can't. That's
It's
he's
OP.
banned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I played a lot of the first Wolfenstein 3D. It's also
Oh, yeah.
very fun that you couldn't really aim because
Who needs aiming in shooters anyway?
The standard of games has gone drastically up.
Yeah.
and now you play like Red Dead Redemption that you can see
Oh.
all individual grasses
Yeah,
move
the
and
blades of grass. Yeah.
I was tired of just
Yeah. The latest
Or
RDD
horsing around.
A lot of
Oh,
horse. Exactly.
yeah,
Lot of
I really
horsing
this
around.
is a game that I forgot to say, but I really like spending hours just hunting and standing and waiting for animals. This is
You know what I should have asked is favorite roguelite or shoot 'em up, but that would also be super difficult. Man, there's so many good ones. But I just want to I think Makita, you've played it with me, but Returnal, which came out
Yeah,
2
Returnal was
years
good.
ago.
Mhm.
Amazing job to create a third-person shooter, bullet hell, roguelite, and the storyline, like with the reoccurrence, like you die and keep coming back and finding your old dead body, like super cool.
For me, it's Hades.
Hey, of course, Hades is amazing.
It's
Dead
like
Cells, like there's like
contest.
so many like really great.
I would go with Next Machina.
The movie. No, I'm kidding.
No. No. It's a PlayStation like shoot 'em up.
Oh, the one.
No,
This is
very-
where you can
very
go back
arcade.
and forth.
yeah.
No, you go like
Is it
one way
side-scroller?
and
Okay.
die. No, it's like a kind of top view.
Okay.
Let me ask you something. With excluding the survivor style roguelites, which of those games roguelites on mobile is your favorite?
Excluding the
survival
so like
ones.
the Bullet Haven type stuff.
Yeah. It's a very difficult question because they're almost non-existent.
Yeah,
I've-
exactly. I think
played
there's just
Dead
one
Cells.
that pops up in my head. Like,
Yeah. Juicy
that-
Realm.
Dead Cells was on mobile. I played it
Soul
quite
Knight?
a lot.
Yeah.
But controls were just
Yeah.
shit.
yeah.
There's only a few, really. Soul Knight is one of the only ones in its genre, and for the rest, it's
And Soul Knight is basically a premium game. Like,
Yeah, that is a very
they
premium game.
over 100
So-
million installs, and the revenue is so small. They like left so much money on the table.
I know.
It hurts me. I love the game, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
man, you didn't have a PM to be like, guys, this is an awesome
Exactly.
opportunity.
It's
That's
a fun
why-
game. A bit
That's why we're
random.
doing what we're doing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I come from Flash, the good old Flash days.
Oh man, Flash.
So I'm gonna say Binding of Isaac.
Oh, yes, of course.
Yeah, that's good.
Man, that's a classic. Man, when did it come out though? It was. I looked it up the other day, and it wasn't as old as I thought it was.
It's like 2008, maybe.
No, I think it was like 12.
It says 14, but
Yeah.
all his games have been on Newgrounds in a prototype like version even 5 years before that.
Okay. Nikita was just like on the inside. He was playing in 2008.
I actually thought that it was somewhere during, like, before. I just thinking, like, from whom I could know about this game, and I was hanging out with people who definitely played it like before 2010. So that's why it was my assumption.
Okay, Super Meat Boy is 2008, so you might be thinking of that one.
Maybe.
All right, fellas. I think we should wrap this up. We're already, pretty good into an intro. Of course, anyone that's watching this, like, you can definitely reach out and chat with us live.
Which is much more fun.
Get the gang, get the band together.
Yeah.
Do some jamming. This is the team. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, multiplayer sometimes this year. Guy left me 2 packages for 2 different neighbors. Now I have to have anxiety for that.
No, they will call during the
Don't open the door.
Exactly.
It's fine.
Classic. Yeah, you just never open the door. That's